Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by one the only Taylor Hoar. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Obviously, it's been a while since you've been on here. So, do you want to
Mhm.
remind everybody what you do?
Yeah, so specifically this year, I ran full time in the late model division at Thunder Road and ran a few races at White Mountain Motorsports Park in the late model.
Okay, for the people that don't know, Thunder Road is located in Vermont and, of course, White Mountain in New Hampshire. A late model racer in the Northeast.
Yes.
So I know that this season has I know it has been quite the ride for you. I know a lot of things have gone on this year, but just
Yes.
what has the season been like for you, Taylor?
It has been full of ups and downs, but I think, even if it's your rookie year or, 10 years in, that kind of is the name of the game is highs and lows. But it's been an awesome year of learning. Each race we take what we learned, and you can just see it going into the next race, which is really cool to have seen my progress from my first ever race in the late model at Thunder Road and to where I am now running with like some of the top guys and being in contention for wins. So it's been really cool to see the progress. So it's overall been a great year. Even if the results don't show on paper, it's been an awesome year for us. So very thankful for that.
I know Thunder Road does a lot of these. I know they handed out their championships, and every Thursday night, seeming like during the summer, is racing at Thunder Road. What's that like racing during the week?
It's kind of like it makes sense to me now because the past few weeks we raced Fridays and it just felt so weird to like, be done the race and not have to rush and pack up because people have work on Friday mornings normally. So when we're racing Thursday nights and we're getting home late, it can make for a rough next morning, but it has, it's weird in a sense, especially for people that aren't used to racing in the middle of the week, but for us it just we're used to it. So, our the end of our week almost is a Thursday, and then we have to go, be normal people on Friday, and then back to racing on the weekend maybe. Or it is weird, but it's kind of all we know at this point, so it just makes sense, I guess.
I know you've been. I know a lot of. There was a lot of talk early on in the season about running for the championship and all that fun stuff. What did you learn in your? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was your rookie year in
Yeah.
the late model division, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I mean, we weren't anywhere in the points contention. I mean, the cool thing with Thunder Road is, unlike a lot of tracks and series throughout, just even the US, I guess, is we've got at least 20 cars in our field each week. So, and they're all competitive. Everyone's right there at the top of their game. So, we went in the year hoping to win Rookie of the Year and unfortunately missed it by a little bit. My rookie competitor, he finished every race, and unfortunately, I ended up in two wrecks this year that took me out of the races early, which I'm just one of those can't control situations. And so unfortunately, that was enough to take us out of the lead for the rookie battle and just take us out of the contention by the last race. So definitely was a bummer, but we learned so much that you can't look at our season and say we didn't have a good season. And we weren't there in the points, but like I said, there's I think like 22 guys that are, have raced every race, and, we're still within that group. So it's a hard track to, be in the points battle for sure. You have one bad week and there's your season type deal,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Any memorable moments you had from this year? I know there are still races left for you. Um,
Yeah.
but what are some of the highlights from this season so far?
Yeah. I podiumed for the first time and ended up with the third place. We had led most of the race until a late race restart, and I should have picked the top lane to start on because that was just where it was dominant. And I picked the bottom and got passed by the two guys, but was able to stay in third for the rest of the race and pull away with those guys once I got cleared to the top. So that was a really awesome race. There was the first time I think in over a decade that a female has podiumed at Thunder Road in the late model. So that was kind of just a cool little accomplishment. And, we've, there was another race that I led the first or led 3/4 of it and I got a flat right rear. So unfortunately we were kind of had it in the bag and then it got taken away. But, that's racing, unfortunately. So it's all a part of it, but plenty of wins, little wins for us, a lot of heat race wins with, some top running guys, which, doesn't sound like much, but, you have to count those little things to, make it all worth it. And so we have had so many memorable moments, even like we went and raced Star with the American Canadian Tour, and it was my mom, my dad, and my brother was my crew. So, it's one of those fun little family moments that we got to kind of stress all together, but have so much fun because there was no pressure for it. And, it was just, one of those making memories type weekends.
Okay, yeah, that was yeah. Um, so I know that there's more races left for you. I know obviously all of the racing season is coming to a close with the
Mhm.
once you get to September, then you get in October, and obviously there's seasons that have already ended, but
Right.
there's this big race coming up. I don't know if you know this, the Milk Bowl that's coming up. Of course,
Yes.
the big race at Thunder Road. I want to get out there one day. Um,
Yes.
yeah. So how exciting is that going to be? Because it is. I've never seen it before. Like I've not watched it ever, which is kind of
Yeah.
surprising. But what is that? What is that like? Because it's like 3 races within 50 laps, and the best one gets to kiss a cow or something.
Yeah, so it's a very iconic historic race at Thunder Road. And so it's a 3-day event. You don't have to go to the practice day. Oops, sorry, decline. My mom's calling.
All right.
um, anyways, so you have a practice day on Friday, and then Saturday you do time trials, which then leads you up to a 50 lap heat race, which I honestly, and this is totally to my fault, I guess. I didn't even know that they technically did a heat race for the late models because this is my first Milk Bowl with the late models. So it's just kind of another qualifying to get you into your segment starting spot for Sunday, because then Sunday it's 3 50 lap segments, pretty back to back. So you kind of just have to survive, hopefully, and so you can make it out for the next ones and whatnot. And then if you get the lowest points, then you get to kiss a cow and you've won the Milk Bowl, which, is quite a crown jewel around here. So I'm
So
very excited for it.
yeah, and of course, is that the only event that you have, or are there more?
We are currently undetermined. We would love to go race Seekonk with the tour. But just kind of want to see how the Milk Bowl goes and see if the car is in one piece still.
All
But
right. And then, just what are you looking to do? I know obviously you're still in season right now. Obviously you're still in
mhm.
school, but do
Yes.
you have any plans for next year?
Oh man, we have not really talked about it, but I would assume we'll be at Thunder Road again, just because we've, had a lot of good momentum rolling there. So I'm sure it'd be nice to see where we can end up in points for next year. Um, we had a really good run going at White Mountain last weekend until overheated the engine. So, I think we would probably be there for at least the 4 races of the Walls Platinum Late Model Series there. And then I'm sure a bunch of races with the tour would be on our list. If we do anything else full time, I'm definitely undecided, but I would assume just late Thunder Road full time for sure, and add in a whole bunch of other races.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for the time as always. Good to catch up with you again, and best of luck at the
Yes.
Bowl in a few weeks.
Thank you. I appreciate it.